What is going on, you guys? This is JPro Gaming with another video. In this video, we're going to try and predict the 7th inning bosses. We just got some hints actually on Twitter. A couple clues for one of the bosses. I'm going to go over them here real quick. The first clue they sent out was, I'm reading this from my phone, but I'll put it on screen as well. It begins this Friday, obviously the 7th inning. The first clue is this player had more than 100 stolen bases over his career. That is majority of players that have been in the game. You play 10 years, you know, you're averaging 10 stolen bases. The second clue that came out is clue number 2. It says this player tallied at least 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, 100 run scores in multiple seasons. So both of those, I have two position players and a pitcher, and both of these players are both under this clue. First thing I want to go over here, I want to go over the market right now. The market is very high right now. I'm going to show you exactly what I have done recently. I have sold quite a few guys above their normal price. This Hanley Ramirez right here, I sold him for $52K. He is not going for that much. The market is very high right now. Later for a cheaper amount. I'm going to show you here how to look at the market real quick. If you go to MLB cards and you look at a card, let's look at this Bob Feller real quick. We're going to go to buy, sell. No, we're not. We're just going to click the triangle button, go over to marketplace, and you can see exactly how high he is at certain points. So obviously down at the bottom, that's the dates, where his median price is and whatnot. So that's just to give you an idea. I don't know if many of you know this, but I'm going to go over real quick this Madison Bumgarner, who I actually listed because his price was inflated. So if you look at his marketplace, he is up very high right now. Today is the 8th of September. If you look at his median price, he's usually down around 45K, consistently right around 45K if you look at that blue bar. So I ended up selling him for, what was the price on that? Completed orders. So I ended up selling him for 17K. So I made about a 25K profit with the 10% tax and whatnot, not including that, but you get the idea. This Ty Cobb as well, sold him for 163. He is actually going for, I believe, more than that right now. I sold him, yeah, there you go, 170 I guess is his max price, but I quick sold him right away, so it's about 162. So if you look at his price consistently, his market price, he's been consistently around, what is that, on the 30th of August, he was around 120, and he's consistently around 135, so I made a good profit on him. I hope his price does end up going down. I think it will. The market is, like I said, very high right now, so if you have cards that don't necessarily need, sell them off, make the stubs, buy them back later. That is exactly why I have 359,000 stubs sitting right there. So that is why I have all of those. So let's jump into the main part of this video, our 7th inning program. Let's get it going. Alright, this first card we're going to go over, he is a third baseman. He can also play first base as his secondary position. He is older. He was an immortal last year. He's been in the game consistently. Very good power, very, very good defense. The card I'm going to go over here that I think will be in the 7th inning is this 99 overall Mike Schmidt. He's been in the game before, like I said, an immortal last year. He has very good power. When I was going over his stats for what just kind of basing out his stats here, just trying to come up with numbers based on his career. This guy was a consistent hitter. Let's go over some of his numbers here. So some of his career numbers, he played all of his seasons with the Philadelphia Phillies. His career was from 1972 to 1989. He was a 3-time MVP in 80, 81, and 86, a 12-time All-Star. He was in the voting for MVP 12 times, 10-time Gold Glove Award winner, a 6-time Silver Slugger Award. His career average was 267, 37 home runs, and 107 RBIs. This guy could hit 37 average of home runs. That is insane. That's very good power. In 1980, when he was the MVP, he hit 286. He had 48 home runs and 121 RBIs. So, based on those numbers, based on some career stats I looked at, I believe this Mike Schmidt could get a very good card. Obviously, he's going to get a 99. I feel like he will be in this game. Let's look over his card real quick, what I came up with. So his contact for career, I gave his contact versus righty a 76, contact versus left an 86. He did hit lefties a little bit better, but his power has to be high. I gave him a 113 and 122. That 113 can technically be a little bit higher. Vision at 86. He did walk a lot, surprisingly, even though his average did not show that. There's a few seasons I know for sure when I looked over his stats. He had over 100 walks, which is very good. Discipline, obviously, at 108. Clutch at 94. Don't worry about the bunting, the durability, the fielding. The fielding, he was a Gold Glove winner. What was that, 6 or 8 times was what I said, but he was a Gold Glove winner. So we're going to put his fielding at 95, arm strength at 95, arm accuracy at 94, reaction at 92. And yeah, his speed, stealing, and base running aggressiveness is there 50, 34, and 52. So I believe this card will be in the game. If it is not in the 7th inning program, I believe he will be in the 8th inning program, or they will do something a little bit different where they incorporate him into the team signature somehow. But I do believe we will be getting a 99 Mike Schmidt. Let's go over the second one. The second card I am going to go over, a lot of people are predicting this card will be in the game. He is a power hitter. He is currently still in the league right now. Just a very good overall hitter. He just absolutely just mashed the ball. He still is doing it a little bit today. The power numbers are still there. But this card is going to be the 99 Albert Pujols. Let's look at some of his numbers accumulated from his career and current season. He is currently with the LA Angels. He played majority of his career with the St. Louis Cardinals. 2001, when he came into the league, he was Rookie of the Year, hit 329, 37 home runs, 130 RBIs. He's been a 10-time All-Star, 3-time MVP in 05, 08, and 09. 6-time Silver Slugger Award winner, second in MVP voting in 2003. And in that year, he hit 359, 43 home runs, 124 RBIs, 51 doubles, and 212 hits. And he was second in MVP voting. So first place that year was Barry Bonds. So you can go back, look at those stats, but obviously he had a good year. But also Barry Bonds played a lot less games that year. So kind of confused on how they figured that. But his career averages up until now, he's a 300 average hitter, 38 home runs, 119 RBIs, and he averages 184 hits every single year. So he's been a very consistent hitter, a very good power hitter. Let's go over some of the numbers I came up with. So here are some of the numbers I did come up with. Obviously, he has very good contact numbers, a career 300 hitter. I can see his contact being very high, much better against lefties, as you see here, 112 and 125. I can see his power being obviously very high. He's a very, very good hitter with good power. So 116, 122 is very doable. Vision at 110, and discipline also at 110. His clutch would have to be at 125. Durability 84 because he did play multiple positions, or does. Earlier in his career, he did a little bit more. But I'd give him 80 fielding, 73 arm strength, 73 arm accuracy, 72 reaction, speed around 58, 52 stealing, and 52 base running aggressiveness. So this is based on majority of his 29-year-old season where he had a very, very good year. Some of these numbers are obviously accumulated from previous years as well, but that was just the base for this card. So he would get diamond hitting, of course, and then silver defense. I think he will be in the game. Maybe down the road they'll do something a little bit different, but I believe Albert Pujols will be coming into the game very, very soon. So we'll see if he gets a card. Let's go over this last one here real quick. So the last card I am going to go over has not been mentioned a lot. He is currently in the Hall of Fame. He is a starting pitcher. He played all of his years for one team. He was also actually a closer as well for 3 seasons where he was actually very dominant as a closer. So the card that I think could be in this 7th inning that, like I said, not many people are talking about is a 99 overall John Smoltz. This card could be a starter or it could be a reliever depending on how they want to do this. He obviously had a lot more success as a starter because that was where a majority of his career was spent. It was a starting pitcher. Let's go over some of his numbers here. He played majority of his career with Atlanta, some with Boston, and I think the last 2 years was with Boston and St. Louis, from 1988 to 2009. In 96, he was a Cy Young Award winner. He went 24-8, 253 innings, 276 strikeouts, and only 55 walks. So very, very good control. He's an 8-time All-Star. He was in the Cy Young voting 5 different times, 3 seasons as a closer. Like I said, he had 44, 45, and 55 saves in those seasons. In his career, he had 53 complete games, 16 shutouts. His hits and Ks per 9 were set at 8. and he is the only pitcher in MLB history to record at least 200 wins and 150 saves. I believe Dennis Eckersley was another player who's right around there, was around wins and saves, but John Smoltz holds the record for the most wins and saves. So let's go over the card here real quick. That being said, we're going to make him a starting pitcher, of course, because that's where he spent majority of his career, was as a starter. This is based on his semi-29-year-old season. I was looking at some numbers, and he did throw 5 pitches throughout his career. He mostly stuck to the four-seam fastball, the slider, and the splitter. He did incorporate a curveball and a change at different points in his career, but overall this card could be actually very good. So we're going to give him a four-seam fastball. He touched 98 miles an hour, so we'll set him at 97 consistently. His slider was at 89, splitter around 90 miles an hour. He had a very good splitter, but his slider was his wipeout pitch. That's what he was absolutely known for. He did have a 12-6 curve and a changeup, like I said, in his career. So I believe this card could have very good stamina at 103, hits per 9, 102, 115 Ks per 9, walks per 9 at 96, home runs per 9, 89, clutch would be 125, good control at 93, velocity to 97, and like I said, that break would have to be a 99 because of that slider and the movement on that. So this would be a very good card to incorporate. Not sure on rights or how they're going to incorporate this type of card. So he's in the Hall of Fame, so I know they technically have his rights. I do think he has to sign off on something to incorporate him into the game, but this could be a very, very useful card for a lot of teams. I know a lot of teams are expecting Tom Seaver. I think he will be an 8th or 9th inning card because I think they're going to save the very, very good cards for the last 2 innings, but this John Smoltz could also be in there as well. So just something to think about. One of these starting pitchers I think will come in the 7th inning program, whether it's John Smoltz, whether it maybe is Tom Seaver, it might not be. But yeah, we'll just kind of see how they shake that out. Those are the 3 cards I do think will come in the 7th inning program, which comes out this Friday. So only a few days until then. What are your guys' predictions? Leave those predictions in the comments section below. If you think these cards will be in the game, do you think John Smoltz will be in the game? I know Albert Pujols and Mike Schmidt will be in the game shortly, whether it's, like I said earlier, in the program or in the team signature moment. But very excited to see what they come out with. I heard one of these cards, actually all 3 of these cards are very, very good cards coming out. And I think they're only going to get better as the innings progress. So 8th and 9th, I'm very excited for as well. But 7th inning comes out Friday. Thank you guys for watching. That's going to end this video. Like I said, leave your comments in the section below who you think will be in the 7th inning program. Follow me on all social media. I am on Twitch now. I'm very active on Twitch. JProGaming27. All my social media is down in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.